The creation story, Genesis chapter 1 and 2. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth didn't have any shape, and it was empty. There was darkness over the surface of the waves. At that time, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day. He called the darkness night. There was evening and there was morning. It was day one. God said, "Let there be a huge space between the waters. Let it separate water from water." And that's exactly what happened. God made the huge space between the waters. He separated the water under the space from the water above it. God called the huge space sky. There was evening and there was morning. It was day two. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear." And that's exactly what happened. God called the dry ground land. He called all the water that was gathered together seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants. Let them produce their own seeds, and let there be trees on the land that grow fruit with these seeds in it. Let each kind of plant or tree have its own kind of seeds." And that's exactly what happened. So the land produced plants. Each kind of plant had its own kind of seeds, and the land produced trees that grew fruit with seeds in it. Each kind of tree had its own kind of seeds. God saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning. It was day three. God said, "Let there be light in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night. Let the lights set the times for the holy celebrations and the days and the years. Let them be lights in the huge space above the sky to give light on earth." And that's exactly what happened. God made two great lights. He made the larger light to rule over the day, and the smaller light to rule over the night. He also made the stars. God put the lights in the huge space of the sky to give light on the earth. He put them there to rule over the day and the night. He put them there to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning. It was day four. God said, "Let the seas be filled with living things. Let birds fly above the earth across the huge space of the sky." So God created the great sea creatures. He created every kind of living thing that fills the seas and moves about in them. He created every kind of bird that flies, and God saw that it was good. God blessed them. He said, "Have little ones so that there will be many of you. Fill the water in the seas. Let there be more and more birds on the earth." There was evening and there was morning. It was day five. God said, "Let the land produce every kind of living creature. Let there be livestock and creatures that move along the ground and wild animals." And that's exactly what happened. God made every kind of wild animal. He made every kind of livestock. He made every kind of creature that moves along the ground. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make human beings so that they are like us. Let them rule over the fish in the seas and the birds in the sky. Let them rule over the livestock and all the wild animals. And let them rule over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created human beings in his own likeness. He created them to be like himself. He created them as male and female. God blessed them. He said to them, "Have children so that there will be many of you. Fill the earth and bring it under your control. Rule over the fish in the seas and the birds in the sky. Rule over every living creature that moves along the ground." Then God said, "I am giving you every plant on the face of the whole earth that produces its own seed. I am giving you every tree that has fruit with seeds in it. All of them will be given to you for food. I am giving every green plant as food for all the land animals and all of the birds in the sky. I am giving the plants to all the creatures that move along the ground. I am giving them to every living thing that breathes." And that's exactly what happened. God saw everything that he had made, and it was very good. There was evening and there was morning. It was day six. Genesis chapter 2. So the heavens and the earth and everything in them were completed. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on that day, he rested from all his work. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. He blessed it because on that day he rested from all the work he had done. Here is the story of the heavens and the earth when they were created. The Lord God made the earth and the heavens. At that time, bushes had not yet appeared on the earth. Plants had not started to grow. The Lord God had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no one to farm the land. But streams came from the earth. They watered the entire surface of the ground. Then the Lord God formed a man. He made him out of the dust of the ground. God breathed the breath of life into him, and the man became a living person. The Lord God had planted a garden in the east in Eden. He put it in the garden the man he had formed. The Lord God made every kind of tree grow out of the ground. The trees were pleasing to look at. Their fruit was good to eat. There were 2 trees in the middle of the garden. One of them had fruit that let people live forever. The other had fruit that let people tell the difference between good and evil. A river watered the garden. It flowed out of Eden. From there, the river separated into 4 other rivers. The name of the first river is the Pishon. It winds through the whole land of Havilah. Gold is found there. The gold of that land is good. Onyx and sweet-smelling resin are also found there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It winds through the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It runs along the east side of Ashur. And the fourth river is called the Euphrates. The Lord God put the man in the Garden of Eden. He put him there to farm its land and take care of it. The Lord God gave the man a command. He said, "You may eat fruit from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will certainly die." The Lord said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him." The Lord God had formed all the wild animals and all the birds in the sky. He had made all of them out of the ground. He brought them to the man to see what names he could give them. And the name the man gave each living creature became its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, all the birds in the sky, and all the wild animals. But Adam didn't find a helper that was just right for him. So the Lord God caused him to fall into a deep sleep. While the man was sleeping, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs. Then the Lord God closed the opening in the man's side. Then the Lord God made a woman. He made her from the rib he had taken out of the man, and the Lord God brought her to the man. The man said, "Her bones have come from my bones. Her body has come from my body. She will be named woman, because she was taken out of a man." That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife. The 2 of them become one. Adam and his wife were both naked. They didn't feel any shame.